I think today it's work, the transmission, 1 minute. Yes, this moment the YouTube it's working. Hello, YouTube. My name is Katiana. I'm a host in the Talk and Talk today. The topic today it's about ESG and how this topic it's staying our life in the society now. And before I start with this immersion, I explain a little words about the Talk and Talk. Talk and Talk is a platform for everyone. Put the English in your life and speak every day. I'm not a teacher, I'm an engineer, but I stay here because it's my goal, speak better in English. My name is Katiana. I'm from Vitória, Espírito Santo. I am 4 years and I work in the oil and gas sector with new projects. And uh, today I stay here with Yanni. And Yanni, please introduce yourself for the people in the Talk and Talk, please.
Okay. Hello, my name is Yanni. I am 25. I live in Montes Claros, Minas Gerais. Today I work with the solar energy and with the other activities in my area. So I continue studying and I like the watching movies and series and listen to music. I I love play the guitar and sing.
Play the
And
guitar, it's so different.
yes, and mm, I like game. And I have 2 pets. I love pets, and that's it.
Thank you, Yanni. The topic today it's so interesting how I say in other moments, Yanni, because this topic, the climate change, is everyone discussed about this topic in the society now. I think it's because the weather in Brazil in this week it's I think in the last 2 weeks it's so crazy because it's so hot and I think the weather is changed in this last month because but many different things I think because anyone don't discussed about the climate change in the world, but this topic now is staying the most KPI in the companies around the world. And I choose this topic because of this. Now uh, I I think the ESG in 5 years probably anyone discuss this topic in the companies in, in qualquer posição because
Yeah,
it's a if you don't change your mind about the ESG, probably you don't stay in the good positions because when you understand about the ESG, you see the good positions around the world in the companies. But start with I think it's the possible for us start with the question number 1 about understand climate change. What does the term climate change mean to you? And why do you think it's an important global issue to address? It's assim, o que significa para a gente esse termo de mudanças climáticas? Yanni, please explain your ideas, your thoughts about this topic.
so I think this um, climate change is a term that speak there about the moment, the today, that the
Yes, if
yeah,
you
that's
don't,
difficult for the speak for
it's totally different. Because of this I choose this topic. It's not easy about speak about this topic, and because of this I choose this topic today.
Mhm. The climate today is change hard, and uh, and nossa, tô querendo falar que chegou a um ponto. The climate today is bigger in the past, and the numbers, the 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 temperature, is temperature
I think
in
it's,
English?
yes, I think it's yes.
Temperature is more bigger the past is, and is prejudice the humans and mm, the ambient. And that's it. I think this term is about um not about only the climate, but about the consequence. This just the climate change. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
So I think this is very important because we need the change the climate in the moment, because for example I see resentment the oceans uh, uh, change too, because the climate today is more oh no.
No, it's not.
So
If you don't, if you lost the word in English, it's possible for you explain in Português. Se você está confortável, this topic it's hard. No, no.
yes. Não, assim, o tópico, ok, dá pra falar. O negócio que eu esqueci a palavra.
Change for Portuguese. Don't have problem with this.
É warm, né? É warm. É isso mesmo. Um, today is more warm and the ocean is prejudiced with this. The life, the organisms in the ocean change tipo, a vida no oceano foi prejudicada, entendeu? Dos seres, por causa dessa mudança climática. For example, I don't know, não sei se é na Antártica, que foi que eles falaram que agora nasceu a primeira planta. E isso quer dizer que a coisa tá feia. Porque lá não era para nascer conseguir, né, sobreviver, nem nascer uma espécie de planta. E já tá começando a nascer lá.
I think it's because the weather is more hot in this last years. I think it's because of this.
Yes. And And that's it. They participate in the process, selective process, né? And eu tava com a palavra na cabeça, você falou também, eu esqueci, das empresas. Enfim. And one topic, the more important in the selective process is about the sustentabilidade. And is that all the não me lembro a palavra aí, empresa.
Company,
yes. All the company today search better about the climate, search better about the sustainable, and search to conscientizar as pessoas sobre isso. And that's it.
Yeah, thank you, Yoni.
Do you understand about the climate change? And what do you think?
Ione, I work in this area, in the CG area. I think for 16 years I work in this area because I am engineer and my first graduate is in the agronomist engineer, and this topic it's so important. Sustainability, it's the base of the things in the area where I work. But I think the world now understand about the importance, the importance of this, the sustainability for the companies, because we have one word, and this word is for everyone. But in the last decade, the people around the world don't put the sustainability in the first thing, use the things a lot, and because of this, the weather, it's not because of this, but because of the bad things, the bad choice of the big companies and the people around the world. Don't put these things in the topic, in the highest top for discuss. And I think it's a big, the world understand the importance of this topic now. And I think the world is changing and understand a little things about SG and the importance of the ESG. If the companies don't put the ESG in the KPI, the highest KPI in the company, I think it's not possible for the company stay in the market in the 10 years, for example, because the most part of the people around the world choose the things because of, for example, if you looking for a simple thing, for example, one cosmetic, for example, I choose the Natura because I know about the Natura, the sustainability about this company, but if the companies don't looking for the sustainability, I think it's not possible for stay in the market in the future. But I think this topic, it's important for anyone to understand, because like you said, the companies in the processos seletivos, I don't know in English, put this topic in the process, and it's necessary for everyone to understand more about this topic. And I think it's my opinion. And I jump for the question number 3 now. about personal impact. How do you think individuals can contribute to combating climate change in their daily lives? Are there any changes you've made to reduce your environmental impact? This word, it's very simple, but make me more pensativa. Because it's possible, I think, for everyone have a good tools for in your routine. But I think before you need to understand these things. For example, now I live in a place in Vitória, and in Vitória it's a good city because it's possible for everyone se movement yourself na cidade, in middle of the city, use the bicycle because you have the place. Eu não estou lembrando a palavra em inglês. A gente tem ciclovia. I don't know how do you say ciclovia in English, but it's possible for everyone use the ciclovia in Vitória and use the aquaviário for movement in the other seat. And I think it's a kind of tools you do. If you it's comfortable, use the car, but it's possible for everyone go to the work, for example, use the bicycle. And in my house, for example, if it's possible, I go to the supermarket to use a bicycle, I go to the bakery walking, and it's a simple choose in my routine. But if I choose the car, for example, eu emito CO2, eu poluo a atmosfera, é uma escolha simples. But it's a kind of choose. And when I pay for one thing, I choose, for example, a good company. In this company have, for example, the baggage with ESG. For example, Natura. For me, the Natura is the company in the highest topic about in the companies. And today it's Natura. In Brazil, for example, we have other companies, but the Natura, it's for me is the best. And I think it's a simple things, but I explained this idea. And you, Ione, how do you think the individuals can contribute to combat climate change in their daily lives? Are there any changes you've made to reduce your environmental impact?
So today that I returned in the Montes Claros is more difficult because the city is Montes Claros is a big city and don't have the street only the bicycles, so is dangerous for para os ciclistas. I don't know how can I say ciclista in the English, but and the distance that you drive, né? Because today I drive is the longest distance when you quando você desloca. And this is not my contribution. Essa não é meu tipo de contribuição. But in my my house, I live with my parents. We separate the o lixo, tipo, a gente separa o lixo, searching vou ter que falar em português. A gente separa o lixo, né, esperando que pelo menos a companhia, né, busque esse lixo e leve a um destino adequado. E também nós aproveitamos algumas coisas. For example, the coffee. After the make the coffee, sobra aquela borra, né? My mom use in the plants because in my house I have the very plants because it is good for the plants. É tipo um adubo, né? Forma. The other forms de contribuir, no caso. Mas mais dessa parte mesmo de reaproveitar e lixo em casa. But when I lived in Itaúna, Minas Gerais, because Itaúna is a small city, and my house is near the very muitos estabelecimentos. So it's comfortable for me walking when I go to the supermarket, walking, or I use more my legs because I don't have the bicycle, but other people use very in the Itaúna the bicycle, and I see very person exercise every day in any hours because the city tipo incentiva, a cidade incentiva isso. In Itaúna have very gyms, have very persons exercising, very persons use the bicycle, use the car too, but you see the difference for the Itaúna with the Montes Claros. So I like the life that I had in the small city, and I think the other cities eles têm que incentivar de alguma forma. Não só incentivar, tem que fornecer isso para as pessoas, porque não basta só você querer ter uma bicicleta e andar. Você tem que se sentir seguro para fazer isso.
Yes, I agree with you because I think when you have the places for you do exercise, for you use the bicycle, it's it's you put the exercise in the routine. We don't use the car. For example, in Vitória, we have these possibilities because of the as últimas gestões colocaram a mobilidade urbana. I don't know how do you say mobilidade urbana in English, in the first topic in the políticas públicas, because now it's possible for everyone to use the bicycle for every places in the city. It's possible for everyone, and if you use your bicycle, you don't use your car, and you don't emit. It's not possible have you do emissions CO2, emissão de carbono. and it's more clear in the cities. The people is more happier. It's more happy because if you're if you have a a possibility for enjoy the environment around you, I think the people is more happier. When you compare, for example, with the other cities in the Europe, for example, it's the people in the Europe walking during the day. The Italians, for example, the French, in the French, for example, we walking during the day in the subways and the other places. I think the Brazilians need to change these things. It's not possible everyone have a car and go to the every place with a car. And I think it's a smart choose in the day, make the world better and make our life better. Because, for example, for me, I love Vitória because of this. If you I don't if my family and I think if you I don't live in Vitória, probably I live in Floripa because Floripa is very similar when you compare with Vitória. You have this kind of mobility in the city. It's possible for you go to the beach with a bicycle, and I think it's a choose, né? É uma escolha, e é bem legal. And jump for the other question because the time is running. The question number 4. Why is international cooperation crucial in address climate change? I choose this question because I think now the countries around the world discuss more about the climate change, and now it's possible for make acordos. Eles estão fazendo muitos acordos internacionais. I don't know how to say these things in English, but the COP26, it's a kind of event, and every countries, the countries around the world discussed about the climate change and put the limits for the places around the world for emissions, carbon, and different iniciativas, várias iniciativas different around the world for improve the things in about climate change. One for when I in this question, for example, I see different initiatives, and for example, I work in projects, in different projects, and it's common the companies outside Brazil share the good things in projects outside Brazil, and it's a possibility for your do the similar things in projects in Brazil. This topic, it's about CO2, emissão de CO2, net zero, and the other things. It's very common now, very, very common. But Iane, for you, the question number 4, why is international cooperation crucial in address climate change? It's because anyone living around in the world, no? If they você emite muito aqui no Brasil, você prejudica o cara lá do outro lado do mundo. And for you, what do you think about this?
So I think that the government should be more tipo, eles têm que ser mais firmes, because, for example, in us area, when we produce the project, a simple project, the house is necessary, is more than necessary, is really you have the make the project the I don't know how can I say calçada in English, but Você faz uma calçada. And in the front, the house, and have the two trees. The person have the plants, two trees, and they eat the five mares. And tipo, isso é necessário para ser aprovado um projeto em prefeitura. A pessoa tem que plantar 2 árvores na frente da sua casa. Is the example. But create other possibilities that if the person don't want the plant, the trees in the front of your house, the person can, a pessoa pode fazer uma doação de mudas. So, a maioria das pessoas não querem. Então, você vai fazer o quê? Você vai atender seu cliente. Se ele não quer, você vai atender a demanda dele. I think this show the different, because I think we should nós devemos incentivá-los a sim plantar árvores em frente da sua casa, porque muda o clima, isso é importante. Eu ouço muito as pessoas falarem assim: nossa, tal bairro é tão bom de viver, você vai lá, você vê um tanto de árvore, lá é fresquinho. Mas é a mesma pessoa que vira para você e fala: eu não quero colocar árvore na frente da minha casa.
It's crazy, não?
Então, tipo assim, eu penso que não deveria ser, claro, né, abrir essa possibilidade, porque não é todo mundo que tem uma condição de de fazer esse plantio. Mas se a pessoa não tem condição, deveria arrumar meios, né, dessa pessoa conseguir fazer esse plantio, né? O governo, a prefeitura, não sei, ajudar essa pessoa e incentivar. Porque senão não vai dar certo. Tem que ter uma forma de ou penalizar, né, a pessoa por isso. Que é uma forma de obrigar, já que as pessoas não conseguem ser conscientes.
I agree with you, Ione. But for the other hand, for example, my father and my mother, for example, don't have this kind of opportunity for study more or discuss more about this. I think the all others generation don't listen about this kind of topics. And for example, this generation, my father, my mother, it's okay. It's neutral. It's okay. Não faz diferença. But I think our generation understand the importance of these things. And for example, my daughter, yesterday, the school improved fez uma apresentação, share one for the spring, and the kids explain about the climate change. These kids have 6 years, and about the efeito estufa, and I say, oh, this generation is totally different, and yes, it's possible in the future, in for example 20 years, this generation make difference in the world, probably because this generation understand about the climate change, understand about the importance of the good choose in your life, and for example, when you choose a car, and when you choose a shampoo, if this shampoo, this company pollui o ambiente or no. And this generation understand about this, and in the future, in 10 years, probably these kids pay for the things, and the company don't put the ESG in the KPI. It's these kids don't choose this kind of topic of company. Probably, I think it's these things probably in 10, probably 10 years, no, 10, 12, probably, because this generation is totally different. I agree with you, because the some I see sometimes the people put the environmental things like a obstacle in your life. It's very, when you have a tree, for example, in front of your house, it's beautiful, but it's more it's not so hot in your house, but it's a kind of thought you need to have in your mind. But now I jump for the question number 6, in about climate adaptation. In what ways do you think countries and communities should adapt to the changed climate? This question is so interesting, because the climate change around the world, and now we have a problem in Brazil, for example, with the weather. It's so hot in some parts of the Brazil, and raining a lot in the other parts of the Brazil, and in the other parts you don't have water. It's so crazy, because the Brazil is bigger when we compare with the other countries, but the poor people in the communities, in the most part of the world, it's suffering with the climate change, because if raining a lot, the people lost all the things in your house. But for the other hand, if don't raining, the 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 people in the farms, or in the countryside, no interior, nos interiores, sofre com falta d'água. It's so hard, and the world need to understand about this, and because it's a problem in the world now. For example, like tufões nos Estados Unidos. We have many different kind of problems around the world. The tufões nos Estados Unidos, a lot of chuvas no Brasil, secas no Brasil, and it's because of the weather is crazy in the last decades. And what do you think, Ione, in the countries do different for these communities don't suffer a lot with the climate change?
So that I have the three, I know, né? The three different climates in the Brazil. And the Montes Claros that I live it, in the Nova Lima that my brother lived, in the Prado in Bahia.
Oh, Prado is so beautiful. I know
Yes,
Prado.
that my boyfriend lived. I see is more common the drastic change in the climate, and have the extreme tipo pico de temperatura in the cold and in the hot. In the, for example, na Bahia, in the state Bahia, have the city that don't have water, as you speak, and have the city they have water, but have the, I don't know how can I say, racionalização em português. Então, meio que eles fazem uma racionalização. And o que tem de mais água lá é do oceano, que não é a água potável que a gente vai usar, né? So, the person use the very form tipo, de armazenar e guardar aquela água. Por exemplo, economia no banho, né, racionalizar mais a água da caixa d'água. Então, aproveitamento de água. Eu não sei como é que fala sogra, então, mas minha sogra faz muito isso aqui em casa também. Minha mãe faz. When you wash the fruit or the other, qualquer outra coisa que você for lavar, you appreciate the water in the other parts in your house. When my mother, for example, when we wash the clothes, we appreciate the first or the second water for tipo, para limpar a área, because we have the dogs, and the dogs, os cachorros fazem muito xixi, né? Então a gente aproveita a água para poder lavar a área. So have the different forms that we try the appreciate, and about the climate don't have the specific yet. The other form that I see, né? The we or my brother or my boyfriend have the conditions they utilize. My father construction using the solar energy is the other form the help, because is a new energia solar, a nova energia limpa, né? Então você produz a própria energia, economiza, não usa mais energia elétrica, né? Que produz hoje em dia e contribui com o ambiente. And I see too in the future, eu espero, né, que chegue logo isso, que todo mundo vai ter acesso ao carro elétrico, que aí eu acho que o impacto vai ser bem maior, que não produz, né, o carbono do carro de hoje em dia, o CO2, e todo mundo tendo acesso, isso vai ajudar muito. Melhor ainda, a pessoa ter energia solar e ter o seu carro elétrico, porque ela produz a própria energia e não vai ter um custo alto com ter que abastecer, né, porque tem que abastecer com energia seu carro elétrico.
It's a good topic for the other immersion.
Yes,
You make a new idea in my mind. I think the time it's almost finished, Yoni. And YouTube, I say bye-bye for the everyone in YouTube now. And this topic, it's hard, and I choose this topic because it's so hard to discuss about these things. It's a new word, it's a new topic, and I think it's very important to understand about this topic. And I say in this moment, bye-bye, YouTube. Acho que a gente parou a live, deixa eu ver. Não sei se parou, se não parou. Iane, ainda não? Depois eu tiro aqui. I put the survey in the chat, and it's important, it's very important ver se a imersão estava legal, share your ideas. Se você tem uma nova ideia, coloca lá nas questões. I say thank you for staying with me in this morning. This topic, it's so good. And after this word, this immersion finish, research in the Google, because probably na maioria das companhias que você está se inscrevendo agora, processo seletivo, eles vão pedir essas questões de adaptação climática e tal, é muito comum na engenharia, não. Fala que você aprendeu isso lá no LinkedIn em inglês, que vai te ajudar. Share this
Com
idea
certeza.
about ESG in English in your LinkedIn, because the company put, as companhias veem que a gente tá vendo isso como uma coisa importante, é bem legal, tá? And obrigada por estar aqui comigo. Até semana que vem. Eu
Nada.
vou trazer um outro tópico difícil para a gente discutir.
Boa, boa. Pode trazer. Não
Bye,
gosto.
bye. Tchau, tchau. Bom
Bye,
dia.
bye. Bom dia.